to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on a team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
From the gun, the ground game. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Going to try to get it himself. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
To throw, it's Mayava. Now improvising. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
On third down, he drops to throw. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Shakes off the defender. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Finding open areas. Across the 45. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Gamecocks come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Here's a heat. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
That really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
Now facing a third and long. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Floating away. Fires on the move. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's batted away, and the fourth down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
Man, those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
A strike downfield. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Sanders. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. A linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Southern Cal. A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point was good to finish things off.
7, South Carolina, 0.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
South Carolina Gamecocks will take over.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Makes the grab on the left. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. You want to talk about aggressive? or nuts. This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. They'll move the wide receiver. Now they'll run it on the toss. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
And the Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. Pocket breaking down. And here's a fumble way behind them. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Defense has it, they're on the move. He's at the 10. Touchdown Gamecocks. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. He's got it down the middle.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
The Trojans can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Sanders. Makes his man miss. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Fires left. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense. defense to get the football. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Off play action on first down. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Well, I think they were really hoping they'd go in at halftime and get this guy settled down and find a rhythm for him. That has not been the case, though. We're here in the second half. He's just 1 for 7 throwing the football and throws another incompletion. You're really scratching your head now if you're the offensive coordinator because you are digging deep into your playbook trying to find a completion for this guy.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, USC.
And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Lemon. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Buys a little time and some room to work. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Here's the pressure. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Trojans send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it.
Will take over 1st and 10.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air, it's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Bennett. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. The Trojans will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean,
and they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
It's such an advantage for a defense when you can add to your pass rush by blitzing guys, but especially when you've got a middle linebacker like that can collapse and push the pocket into the lap of the quarterback.
The Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He's got it on the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
this is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Working that left side. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the first down.
And they always got one of these, a big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heismans.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Big-time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Brought down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
A first down run in the red zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they...
Touchdown, USC! And that one will give them the lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The give on the inside. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a...
Oh, he's got some space. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. To the air, it's Sellers. Got the back over the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
From the gun, running back gets the give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on third. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that fourth down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the fourth quarter to get me the football back. And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. There he goes. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, obviously, this game has not been the best statistically of this guy's career so far, but the important thing is you win. And to do that, they need him to play really well here in the fourth quarter. They're going to keep giving him the football with the lead in this juncture, and this is where he needs to have his best runs of the game.
Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. The play-action fake. On the move, he fires. Complete to the left. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
How about this offense, man? You gotta love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
South Carolina, 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40.
And obviously this offense wants to keep it up. Like, keep the pace going, get as many plays as possible, maybe eke one more out here before the 2-minute timeout.
Unleashes one. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Gamecocks come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Now the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Turning it on! Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. He'll pull it down. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Quickly complete. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And they get the completion, and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's fourth down, and that made it more manageable. But obviously, the clock is not as important as making sure you get this fourth down conversion.
He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
The Gamecocks have it with a first and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, South Carolina! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Well, and the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? They'll snag it just inside the 10. And the returner goes down.
And the USC offense will take over. First and 10.
Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Give to the single back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
And just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The Trojans will line up to punt it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Quarterback now breaking the field. Ball's incomplete, and that'll do it from here. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made at the end.